Hola, señoritas, ¿cómo están? Well, in this part of the lesson, we're going to move away from the subjunctive for a few days and learn a new indicative tense called the future tense. In Spanish, you already know how to talk about the future using ir a plus the infinitive. For example, este verano voy a viajar a Mexico. This summer, I'm going to travel to Mexico. Ir a plus the infinitive. In English, I am going to do something talks about the future too. But also in English, we have a future tense. It's a compound tense, using the helping verb will. Like, I will travel to Mexico. In Spanish, this future tense is a simple tense. Only one verb form is used to express the future tense. And that's what this video is all about. So get your notes ready. If you have any questions, when we get back to class, nos vemos. Muchas gracias. So now, señoritas, you're going to learn how to form and use what is called the future tense. And let's begin by comparing different ways of expressing the future in Spanish and English. So now look how this is set up. We have present indicative. We have present indicative, present subjunctive. We have ir a plus the infinitive, and then we have the future. So, present indicative, voy al cine mañana, talks about the future. Also, ir a plus the infinitive, voy a ir al cine. I'm going to go to the movies. That's future. Then we have the present subjunctive. Remember what I say. You don't know, I don't know, no one knows, the future is a mist. Ojalá vaya al cine mañana. I hope I'll go to the movies tomorrow. Just because I hope doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's the idea of the subjunctive. And then finally, and this is what you're going to learn right here, we have iré al cine. I will go. And so, this is the key word. In English, this is the helping verb in order to express the future tense. Fortunately in Spanish, fortunately for you, will not be used. It's coming from the infinitive plus the endings. So here we go. Here's the future tense, right? We're talking about the future tense. In Spanish, it's a simple tense consisting of one word. Right there, one word. In English, you need that helping verb, will or shall. I don't think anybody says shall anymore. I shall go to the movies. I don't think so. I will go to the movies. But that helping verb in English makes it a compound tense in English. But in Spanish, it's a simple tense. One verb form is sufficient. And then we're going to see the endings for the future tense in Spanish in a minute. So, señoritas, this is how you form regular verbs in the future tense in Spanish. You're going to use the entire infinitive plus these endings right here. So you're going to tack on these endings to the entire infinitive, and these endings are for all three types of verbs, AR, ER, and IR. So once again, to form the future tense, you're going to use the entire infinitive plus the endings, like for the verb estudiar. So you're going to pronounce these. Let's go through the endings first. Has, a, hemos, es, han. So you say estudiaré, estudiarás, estudiará, estudiaremos, estudiaréis, estudiarán. Infinitive plus endings. And so here are two more verbs. We have an ER verb, aprender, and an IR verb, recibir. Once again, infinitive plus endings. So, aprender, aprenderé, aprenderás, aprenderá, aprenderemos, aprenderéis, aprenderán. Recibir, recibiré, recibirás, recibirá, recibiremos, recibiréis, recibirán. Fácil, ¿verdad? Fácil, yes. Infinitive plus endings. That's for regular verbs. But yes, indeed, we have a group of irregulars. Here they are right here, a group of irregulars. The good news is that you're going to use the same endings. So so you're going to apply the same endings. The irregulars just simply have a different stem, and you're going to see those in a minute. So the different stem and the endings that you're now looking at right here. So here's a group of 3 verbs that are irregular in the future tense. We have tener, salir, venir. Here are their stems. Notice how different they are. Not by much, but notice how different they are. So tener will have T-E-N-D-R or T-A-N-A-D-R. Salir, S-A-L-D-R. Venir, V-A-N-A-D-R. And you'll see an example in a minute. So here's the verb tener. The stem, which is irregular, plus the endings. So, tendré, tendrás, tendrá, tendremos, tendréis, tendrán. Repeat after me. Repitan. Tendré, tendrás, tendrá, tendremos, tendréis, tendrán. Muy bien. And now we have 3 more irregulars with their stem. Remember, it's the stem that makes them irregular. We have poner. P-O-N-D-R. Saber. S-A-B-R. Poder. P-O-D-R. And now you just simply add the endings. For example, we have poner. Pondré, pondrás, pondrá, pondremos, pondréis, pondrán. En voz alta, todas. Poner, pondré, pondrás, pondrá, pondremos, pondréis, pondrán. And now we have 3 more. We have decir. Let me underline it. There it is. Decir. The stem is D-I-R. Hacer. H-A-R. And then we have querer. And we're going to practice with that double R sound because it'll be fun. Q-U-A-R. So, here's an example. So, here's the verb hacer. Remember, stem is irregular plus the endings. Haré, harás, hará, haremos, haréis, harán. Todas en voz alta. Haré, harás, hará, haremos, haréis, harán. Notice how the accent mark is used. Please remember, accents are real important in the future tense. The only form that does not carry an accent is the nosotros form. Maybe someone in class can tell me the reason why. Remember, I've been giving you hints about why there are accent marks in Spanish. Why is it that nosotros does not have an accent? Somebody should be able to tell me that in class. Gracias. And now we have the verb querer. And the verb querer has the double R sound. There it is right there. So you're going to say erré. Okay, so everyone en voz alta. Querré, querrás, querrá, querremos, querréis, querrán. Una vez más. Querré, querrás, querrá, querremos, querréis, querrán. Practice your double R sound with this verb. And so now here is our old friend, the impersonal expression I. And in the future tense, because it comes from the verb haber, it's considered irregular, and that will be habrá. So we have la próxima semana habrá 2 reuniones. Habrá muchos gerentes en la videoconferencia. Please remember that this is an impersonal expression. It is always singular. Always singular. As the impersonal expression, it's always singular. So, there are 10 irregular future verbs. The rest are all regular. So, remember, it's the infinitive plus the ending for the regulars. Make sure you practice with the endings. And then there are 10 irregulars that you need to know. Muchas gracias. Nos vemos en clase.